And number 6, lack of personalization. And again, here I also see people roll their eyes. When we used to go to trade show, Vincent, I guess it was the same for you. Every time someone would mention the word personalization,
it doesn't mean much anymore, it doesn't mean much. Yeah.
And you go to the conferences and that's what they talk about. And I think we all recognize the fact that having a personalized experience is going to help you drive more conversion, stickiness on the site, customer loyalty, and having that experience as a competitive advantage. But the problem that we see is that there's this trend for anonymity. People will go on your website not logged in. They might have disabled their cookies, hiding their IP address. So basically, you as a retailer is trying to personalize, but as a user, they're trying to stay more and more anonymous, but they still want the same level of personalization. So how do you bridge the two? And here, let's go to see an example, maybe more B2B oriented this time. So I went on the Autodesk website. In case you're not familiar with that company, they sell a bunch of softwares for architects, designers, engineers. There's really different sort of software, and they have a very extensive support section on their website. So I went on the site searching for one specific product, 3ds Max. It's obviously related to 3D. So I see some suggestions in here. I'm gonna click, go on the result page. So there's a bunch of options to me. I'm gonna click some more in the support section. So again, here, I don't know if you've noticed that I'm sort of leaving a trace around that 3ds Max product, which is very focused on for a particular audience. Now, if I go back to the beginning and just search for products, it's static, it's the same. Autodesk wasn't able to understand that, okay, maybe the users right now is more leaning toward those 3D related products. Maybe I'm not talking to like an architect or something like that, but another kind of audience that is more suited for that, even though I left some traces behind. So Vincent, what can we do? We want to personalize, but we don't have data. How do we fix that?
Well, that's one that's pretty rough, I would say, but it's still doable. So again, listen to how people interact with your website. So here, the example I've done on the gym is actually I'm looking for gloves, but then I'm gonna refine my query actually because I'm looking for a specific type of gloves. So and as a user, you'll see that we're not always like normal human beings. So I'm just adding the word glove after my query gloves, but still it works fine for a search engine. So I'm going to click on one of these products, and once I reach the product detail page, I'm actually going to add it to my cart. So this is a strong sign that I'm interested into golf more than whatever other kinds of products they have. So right away, next interaction I'm doing with the website, I'm clicking and trying to enter shoes, for instance, and you see the suggestion right away. The first one is trying to scope me in the golf section where probably they have more chance of selling me something nice. I'm not listening to the suggestion. I'm writing shoes like I want to do. You won't tell me what to buy, So I'm reaching the product detail page, but then at that point, still the products that are presented first, sort by relevance, obviously, are the one that are actually related to the previous interaction I had. Just like with 3D Max, where if I'm looking for a software, there's huge chances that I'm looking for a software within my interests. Mm-hmm. On that website, we have here a little persona, like you just highlighted here. And this is actually to turn off that personalization we just did. So this is a demo environment we can control, so we're able to tick it off. And then you see we're falling here on standard relevance, where actually keyword-based relevance. So I'm just looking for the word shoe in everything I have. So at that point, relevance is gone. So that's really the main difference between having something personalized and something not. Interesting other example here. This is for Mica. You probably know them for countertops and different products they sell for home. we realize actually with 2 single letters in their search box, depending on what country you're gonna have different products. That these are the same products, but they're not presented in the same way because trends in terms of decoration is not the same in the United States and Canada, for instance. So you can see that concrete is super important right now in the United States, and in Canada we're like beaten copper and other kinds of different products that people are preferring. So Formica is already deployed in 30 different countries, 30 different personalized experience. What can you do to fix it? Adapt your suggestions. So when you are typing, type ahead can be adapt and should be adapt based on user and their previous interaction. Same thing with the ranking. You saw the shoes, they should be in the right order depending on what I've looked at. And then again, to do all that, I think it's there every time. You need to do analytics, you need to track that, you need to feed that, whether to an analyst or to machine learning to try to automate as much as possible.
So why do we care? I feel personalization is like saying Voldemort. You know, it's like the word, the name that you shouldn't say. But clearly, is that it has an impact on conversion, the overall experience of people, and by not personalizing their experience, there's just more chances for them to abandon your site and lose sales opportunities. So that's why, even though it's the buzzword, we still have to care.